I have a job for you.
Jeez, it's not another arc, is it?
No, not again. This time I need a full-scale home renovation.
Noah Construction and Builders is your design and build partner. We do it all, from additions and dormers to full-scale renovations. Schedule your no-cost design consultation today. Visit us online at noahconstruction-builders.com.
Noah Construction and Builders. Through dreams we design, with vision we build.
They call it the Midsummer Classic. It's also known as the All-Star Break. And that will bring us our topic tonight, Anthony, because we're going to recap the first half of the 2025 MLB season, more from a Mets perspective, because we are New York, right?
Correct.
But, of course, welcome to MuscleSport Media Live on WGBB Radio, 95.9 FM, 1240 AM, Mondays at 7:30. I am Joe Pietaro. Of course, he is Anthony Tuminello. We co-host this program, and Trevor is behind the glass getting it out there. Anthony, as Met fans and as you're part of the sports media now, if you like it or not. Yes.
You know, this is a dream come true. Dream come true.
You have to separate your fandom from your
I can't do that.
Media guy, right? I could do it much easier. And it's okay, but I'll cover us. I'll cover it enough for the both of us. The New York Mets, to me, have overachieved in the first half.
You think so?
What, 13 games over? Now, okay, I'll go back and say when they first got Soto, the expectations were higher than they were last year when they kind of were like the surprise team. They got hot at the end and went all the way to the NLCS, right? But then they didn't really get too much in pitching. There was a lot of injuries in spring training. They started the season very short in the staff, which it wasn't very deep to begin with. We all thought it was deep, but it was deep in mediocre middle-range guys. More 3, 4, 5s, not 1s and 2s, right? Yeah. We were hoping Manaea and Kodai Senga were going to kind of be a number 1 and 1A.
By the way, Manaea was lights out. When he came in the fifth, he was 6'6".
Yeah. 3
innings, he was lights out.
Yeah.
He struck out 7.
And listen, the guy stole a base. That's that was a National League style run yesterday.
Right.
So to me, when the Mets had those injuries and they had all of these guys and the pitching staff that were kind of like like I said, just mediocre guys, I thought they were gonna struggle for a little bit. These guys all pitched way, Canning and all of them, way above what our expectations may have been for them.
By the way, they did that in the playoffs last year.
Well, yeah. That's what kind of like Quintana and Manaea were just lights out in the playoffs. Peterson had a great start to the year. Senga had a great start to the year.
Peterson impressed me the most this year.
Yeah.
Peterson. I didn't think he was going to be an all-star, but he impressed me the most, no doubt.
Yeah. Well, he got it, I think, for somebody.
2 people.
Yeah, they weren't going to, they were pitching yesterday, so they weren't going to be able to pitch in the game.
Right.
But his numbers they were okay. You know, it wasn't a bad replacement as an all-star.
Right.
But I'm still, with the Mets, to me, the first half they overachieved. They struggled a little bit, and they're a half a game out of first place coming with the All-Star break. Tonight's the home run derby. Tomorrow's the All-Star game in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So, as a Met fan, I feel satisfied. As somebody who's covering them as a journalist, I look at it and I say, and we're going to get into this, obviously, is the crux of the whole thing. It's going to be, what do they need to do between now and the end of the year to improve this team before the trade deadline, obviously. But I think they're in a good place right now. They should have been able to separate themselves better because when they were hot, Soto was cold as ice.
No doubt.
Soto got hot,
Mm-hmm.
and some injuries started happening, and the staff fell apart.
By the way, it is an absolute crime that Soto is not an all-star.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
a crime.
I agree.
Listen, I know it's
agree.
hard. Listen, it's hard as an outfielder to begin with, but it's a crime. That was definitely the fans saying, you know what, F you. F you, you're not going to be an all-star this year because it's a crime.
Because he bolted it
Listen,
and went across town.
No, it's just because he's the highest paid. Listen, Soto's not really that likable to begin with.
He's a little hot dog.
Yeah, but whatever.
I always liked him even with the
I
Nationals.
love it. Let me tell you something. There's no. And I've analyzed baseball my whole life, Joey. I've never seen someone. You might have, but in my since I've been my fandom watching baseball, I've never seen someone control the strike zone as a hitter more than Soto in my life. I've never
Tony
seen it.
Gwynn and stuff like that.
Gwynn,
But I mean,
Gwynn was so
but
hitter.
when you talk about the way I know what you mean,
You're right.
he's got a great eye for a young, and he's still young.
Yeah.
For a young player,
Yeah.
he was like this from 2018 when they
superhuman.
won the World Series. and that.
Superpower.
He's got great power,
Right.
and he's got great plate discipline, and he gets on base via walks a lot.
Right.
Power hitters,
But-
that's the opposite.
And he also their pitchers are afraid of him because he literally controls the at bat.
They got to come in with
100,
something, or else they're
absolutely.
going to give him a free base. So
Hold on, Trevor. I got a buzz in my ear that sounds like a bumblebee. Is there any way to fix that right now? Or like it's something.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
I don't hear it.
I
We all
hear it.
got it. Yeah.
You got it too?
Yeah,
It sounds like
show.
It's like is there any way we could fix that? I got a bad buzzing in my ear. No?
I gotta hear what it is.
No? All right, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Really quick,
Yeah.
thank you once again, of course, to Noah Construction-Builders.com. No Job Too Big, Northmore for Pete and the boys over at Noah.
Right.
Check out their website. Their Instagram site is even better. Lights out videos on there. Thank you, of course, to Noah Construction-Builders.com. But, Juan Soto should have made the team. But, again, it's like, all right, whatever. You know, it's...
What I'm saying is that's the fans saying,
They're a little...
they're like, all right, we've had enough of you.
Like when A-Rod got that $27.5 million deal, everybody hated him,
Right.
Except for the Rangers.
Did he make the All-Star team that year?
Oh, he makes it every year.
That's what I was trying to tell you.
It's automatic. with him.
Listen, Soda's an All-Star. There's
I
no ifs,
agree.
ands, or buts.
I agree, 100%. I
You
don't
know?
think there should any unless he has a completely down year. I don't think there should be any.
But
season.
Joey, I mean, listen, he had a horrible April, horrible May.
Look where he's at now.
But look, June, he's got 52 RBIs, which is not incredible for him. 52 RBIs. His
Yeah.
OPS is close to 1,000,
Yeah.
and he's got what
29,
23 home runs.
23, yeah. So he's 40 and 100. He's on pace for.
come on,
I mean,
you know?
I'll take that. Any day. The average is in the 260s. I would like a little higher average, but today's game's a little different.
When said and done, he's going to have 110, 120 RBIs, in my opinion. You know what I mean? His
Yeah.
OPS is going to be over 1,000. This is Soto.
But now, okay, Soto, I think we can feel confident in Lindor. I mean, the regulars in that lineup. The
Yeah.
lineup,
1 through 4 is
it's
unbelievable.
really good. I
Yeah.
mean, there are a couple of weak spots in that lineup,
Yeah.
but we'll get to them a little bit. But to me, still, the Mets, even if everybody was healthy, are still short a starting pitcher. And
No doubt.
I mean like
No doubt.
a real good starter.
No doubt. A 2 or a 3.
To me, Mitch Keller.
And that's it. You talked about him last week.
Yeah, to me, if
Go get him.
The Pirates are nuts if they trade this guy because first of all, he's under control for I think another 2 years after this year,
We're going to get him.
at a pretty decent number for him, right? And the Pirates got like a team-friendly deal, but I mean, he was still kind of young, so they made the right move and they extended him. And now they're going to make a mistake by trading him.
They're going to trade him.
Now, the Mets do have a plethora of young infielders
Yep.
that they can trade.
Correct.
And they also have the outfielder Jet Williams
Mm-hmm.
in the minors, who is a lot of teams are really high on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see them trading any of these good pitching prospects
No
the
doubt.
Mets have.
No doubt.
They got like 3 pitching prospects. Dylan Sproat, there's a few of them. To me, if they could make a trade for Keller where they trade Jet Williams,
Acuna's going to be gone then.
maybe Acuna, because I think he has the most value, even though he's kind of shown the least.
He
You
did.
know what I mean? Now,
This-
Mauricio is shown okay.
Right now he
Beatty's
is.
shown okay.
Yeah.
Vientos, if you go by last year and the past week or
Dog
something, but he's been showing signs of it again. Acuna's been the lightest guy with the bat. Spent some time back in AAA, but I think he has the most market value. It was a big trade when they got him. He was high in the organization.
Yeah.
So if you can trade one of those guys, even if Acuna is the one I want to keep the most, but if he has to go in a trade for a top pitcher,
No doubt.
have a nice day.
Yeah. Goodbye.
I just don't want to see them trading a pitching prospect.
I have to completely agree. You couldn't have nailed that
So
better.
Mitch Keller
Yeah.
should be on the phone with that Pirates GM right away. A lot of people are talking about Luis Severino coming back.
Okay, I'll take him.
He's making too much money.
No doubt.
He's got 2 more years at 20-something million a year. The Mets let him go
Because of that.
because they were only going to give him a 2-year deal around 18 a year. He got like low 20s 3-year deal from the Athletics.
From Oakland. Well, whatever.
Whatever they call that.
Right.
Unless they eat a lot of the money like the way the Mets did with Scherzer and Verlander, I don't touch Luis Severino. I like him,
That's a
but not
second
at,
option.
not at the money.
No doubt.
Oakland's got some real. This kid springs on Oakland. Nobody sees these because they're a no man's land team. They're a vagabond team. They're in between homes and stuff. They have some good young pitchers. I'd like to see them go after somebody like that, and they could probably get him. Because the A's they don't have a direction right now, so they might trade somebody that's pretty good.
Right.
But hasn't really proven himself. Kind of like the way Canning. But there are pitchers out. Yeah, there are pitchers out there that are available. The Mets just have to make the phone calls and do it. I would even like to see a rental veteran come in.
Like?
I don't know, Charlie Morton, something like that. Just somebody with experience. Somebody that's just going to keep this staff intact.
So let's break this down. So let's break the pitching staff down. Now, currently, right? Okay. So Minaya, if he looks like he did in the 6th inning, which he does. He looked like he didn't miss a beat. 7 strikeouts. That high outside fastball to right-handers, just
sweeping
pops.
Yeah, sweeping motion.
Yes,
I love his
mean,
pitching motion.
geez, you know what I mean? That sweeper that goes inside to righties, you know what I mean? That's the key. Is like he's to right-handers, he's still a problem to right-hand batters, and that's rare for a pitcher.
It's usually the other way around.
Exactly. So, and he was lights out. So we got him. If Senga is Senga, you know what I mean?
But these 2 guys just came back this week.
Right,
now,
right.
And pitched very
Senga would have
limited.
been an all-star if he didn't get hurt. That's another
He
thing.
was pitching great at the beginning of the year, sure. Yeah.
If Holmes stays, a good 3
Started
option,
yesterday's game,
and let's not forget Peterson. You got to think, Joey. I agree with you. We could use, but everyone could use another. Can use a 5th.
Always.
But
Always.
we got 4 good starters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
McGill is always hurt. He's always a question mark. There's a Blackman. He's a kind of
Blackburn.
like Blackburn. These
Yeah.
are end of the rotation guys.
Right.
And
But usually, even a really good team, they got good. If you have 3 almost aces, which they're not aces, but if you have 3 aces, like look at the Braves in the 90s. They had Smoltz, they had Glavine, and they had Maddox. I mean, can you get
Steve Avery, don't forget the lefty who just destroyed the Mets.
Well, think about that.
The Mets can't hit left-handed pitching even back then.
4. You know what I mean?
They
had
and
3.
they had Charlie Leibrandt too.
But that's what I'm trying to say.
Left-handed
Now
pitcher.
think about how far we went in the playoffs with the pitching that we had, because no one thought Minaya was going to be 9.
No.
So we cannot forget Severino's
Yes, he pitched very well last year.
his contribution in the playoffs. Listen, the pitching is what. Yeah, our bats were on fire, and timing was everything when it came to the offense. But our pitching is what hold us.
The pitching
was it. That's
key
the way it
last
is.
year. Now I don't know if I have the same confidence
this year
in Frankie Montas than I had in Severino
stinks.
last year.
I don't care what he says. He was
I'm
getting
not
shelled.
A huge fan of that. I thought at the time the move was okay, and
He was getting shelled in the minor leagues. He was getting shelled
really bad.
He came back. He had a decent first outing.
Yeah.
And then he got shelled.
And then he had another, like a scoreless outing after that. He's been so inconsistent.
He's been inconsistent.
And his last outing, he gave up 4 runs or something. So to me, he's a guy, if they can get somebody in the trade deadline to take his, because there's always injuries anyway. You're going to need more arms.
Right.
Aside from the starters, the bullpen. That Minta injury was a crusher.
Yes.
Because he was really good.
Mm-hmm.
He was left-handed.
Correct.
And he was having a nice season. And this is a guy with playoff experience. He came from Atlanta, and he's been around.
No doubt.
So that injury was a real tough blow.
Well, when he went down, remember, we don't have left-handed. We have 2 in the bullpen.
Lovelady.
He stinks. He
Linda Lovelady, so I call him.
Well, his name's Dickie Lovelady, right?
Dickie Lovelady. I say Linda Lovelace. Jimmy doesn't know who I mean. You probably don't even know.
Who's Linda Lovelady?
She was an X-rated movie star in the 70s.
Of course you know who that is. But so that's her son. Dickie's her son. So he stinks, number one. And I have to be
Young isn't that good either.
And I have to be honest with you. You know, look, the bullpen is always going to worry me when we get. First of all, the 8th inning guy is a problem right now.
Reed Garrett's been great, horrible, and then great again. I can't put my finger on
I
this
can't
guy.
stand, right? And we're relying on this guy too much. The other reliever with the long hair. Why am I losing my mind?
Stanek. He's been
okay. So let's talk about Stanek.
He's been getting pounded lately. He's blown a lot of games.
I've had enough. I can't believe I just lost his name. I've had enough with Stanek getting put in a spot where he has to save us because he stinks.
Well, that's why Diaz pitched 2 innings.
I've had enough of Stanek right now. Like he's the new Aaron Heilman to me. You know what I mean? Because it's been 3 in a row now that he's blown leads.
Yeah.
So I've had enough
gasoline on the fire.
And listen, Mendoza, I love you. But do me a favor, bud. Leave the starters in another inning because one more inning because he's done this and he did this last year a few times that drove us nuts.
It's where you put a lot of pressure on these bullpen guys and they're not that good.
And he is notorious for that, especially with Stanek. He relies on him too much because he's driving me crazy with this.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Stanek's been
not in a big spot anymore. Get him out of a big spot.
Yeah, Reed Garrett, I feel a little more comfortable with.
He's hit or miss.
That's what I'm saying. He's either really hot or really cold.
Right.
Diaz has been great this year.
Knock on wood.
Diaz has been Diaz.
Because when Diaz is Diaz, there's no one. He's untouchable.
But you got to get to him.
Yeah, but then when Diaz is not Diaz.
Yeah, and you usually can tell from the first couple of pitches 100%. If he sits the backstop like Charlie Sheen.
You said it. You said it.
It's
his slider. His slider. When his slider is. You know, his slider's in left field.
That's a blown save.
Yeah, no doubt.
But and every team that's in contention needs middle relief. So the Mets are far from, alone on that. That's going to be a tougher market, I think, than the starter.
Well, here's what we don't want. We don't want Mitch Keller going to the Phillies because it's either going to be us. If they're trading him, if they're getting rid of this guy, it's going to be us or the Phillies.
Or the Yanks.
He's not going to go to the Yankees. He's not going to go to the Yankees. First of all, the Yankees, they stink. They stink too because, and I'm sick of them too.
Can you believe Boston's a game behind? After what they
this is
we work together.
Our brains are connected.
Yeah.
You hear that, Trevor? You know why our brains are connected? Because radioactivity is going. The radioactivity is going through both of our heads right now. I won't be able to drive home. We got to figure this out.
Anthony, make a left.
Someone pick me up. Trish, if you're listening, pick me up, please, because my brain is frying.
If you're starting to think like me, you got problems, kid.
But it's either going to be the Mets or the Phillies, and I don't want him going to the Phillies, because if he goes to the Phillies, Phillies are going to even be more of a problem.
They're already solid.
Think about that, Joey.
Yeah.
First of all, I can't wait for the end of August and September because those Philly series are going to be like the playoffs.
Oh, they're gonna be fine.
Yeah, because it's going to be a game.
Got to give the Phillies credit.
Exactly.
They came from way back.
Excellent.
The Mets should have separated themselves,
Blown them away.
from the rest of that league. And Atlanta, I don't care what their record is. I always look at
They're a
them.
pest.
I'm always looking. Where are they? How
My
far back?
biggest thing too, right, is like I wanted to be 6 or 7 games up from the Phillies
At the
by
break.
the break.
Half a game out, so they're basically even.
But it makes it exciting. I mean, but
It makes it exciting, but but the Phillies they're just a very good team,
Very
and
good
they
team.
make really smart moves. They bring in
exactly.
They always bring in
Exactly.
extra. And the Braves always did too, with middle relievers,
Exactly.
bench players,
And that's gonna kill
you
us.
know, like Soler. The year they got him, they won the World Series that year. They had those guys they picked up at the deadline when everybody thought they were going to sell that year.
Yep.
The Mets collapsed before the All-Star break. The Braves creeped back in the
Correct.
attention and bought.
Boy.
Right, so and that was that 101 year.
Yeah, and that's what
Oh,
that's the 08 is that you're talking about? You're talking about you're talking about 08 when we collapsed like that?
No, I'm talking about a couple of years ago
Oh, in
when they won the 101 games
In 19?
and missed the missed
Yeah.
the playoffs. Yeah.
I thought you were about the 08 collapse.
Well,
or
that's
something.
those are epic as well.
My
2 in a
God.
row, 7 and 8.
My God.
But just recently, they won 101 games. I mean, that was the Collins was still there then, I think, right?
Yeah. Terry Collins.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I
But
you know what I
just
love
the
speaking
team,
of Terry Collins?
you know.
Have you ever seen a better clip when
Oh,
Terry Collins
you
when you
with Syndergaard.
let me tell you.
You got to give us a shot.
Yo, and I was a Terry Collins fan before that.
Oh, you gotta love
But
him
now
after
he's
that.
in legendary lore for me.
Yeah.
Because he's this little Irishman. You know what I mean? It was
Oh,
amazing.
yeah, great salty language. And
my
the
God.
first base umpire was was good.
Yeah,
Talk to me. He walked
He
him away.
knew
Yeah.
Terry Collins. And I have to tell you, I'll give Mendoza credit, too, because he's very laid back on a lot of stuff.
He
But
exploded the other day.
because he had a right to. This and
The
that
umpiring has been
Yeah, but that
bad.
and I don't even want to go there because it's still part of the game. I don't want no freaking
Yeah.
automatic umps. So
never.
and it's gonna happen.
I know.
But he was right because the ump specifically that first it wasn't a strike that first pitch.
Mm-hmm.
It was low. There's no doubt. But the second one, the ump antagonized him because that was lower than the first pitch.
Yeah.
And he looked right at him, and Mendoza lost his mind.
Yeah, he popped
He
out.
lost his mind.
Got the hook.
Yeah.
But let's look at the Mets from full lineup perspective.
Mm-hmm.
They're weak in a few spots. Obviously, behind the plate's been a disaster. this year.
Although Alvarez
he's
is
hitting in the minors.
crushing, but he'll come up. Was like Beatty. He'll crush in the minors. He had 8 home runs in 13 games, right? But then he won't hit a lick when he's up here.
I still think you sink or swim with him. I think you bring him back up after the All-Star break.
Well, Terrence hasn't been hitting.
Terrence has been hitting. He's
Yeah.
got a good arm and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But Alvarez isn't bad behind the plate either as
No.
far as defensive. He's not like he's a butcher back there.
Yeah, but he's not like Terrence will throw.
Terrence
He'll throw you out.
He's
man.
really good
Yeah.
with keeping guys close and
100%.
stuff like that. But to me, Alvarez, you sink or swim with him. You put him out there and you
Right.
deal with his 0 for 4s.
Yeah.
You hope he has better nights.
Well, that's
other
why I'm
nights
glad
at the
we-
bottom of the lineup.
We have Terrence because of that, and that's the backup.
Terrence will be the backup. This other kid goes back to the minors.
Yeah.
Center field. I'm not a big Taylor fan.
He's incredible.
He's great.
defensively.
I know
Yeah.
Nemo's lost a step, and the range of Soto is very limited.
Right.
So you really want more of a glover out there than a hitter.
McNeil's great. He's pretty good out there.
I-
He's not a liability.
No,
by
he's
any
not.
means.
And it actually is a better lineup when McNeil's
No
playing
doubt.
center, because then they can play these other guys in the infield.
That's what I'm trying to say.
You know, this Vientos, Mauricio,
Yeah.
Beatty kind of things.
Right.
And you hope one of them gets high.
I just hope Vientos gets high again. I don't think so. I think last year he
was
was.
just
I think was
aberration.
I think so, and I vowed that he was going to be an all-star last year. By this year, but
He had 27 homers in part-time.
I
Like,
know.
he was in the minors the whole
I
first
know.
month and change.
Well,
of
a
the
lot of
season.
people figured him out. Apparently, a lot of those pitchers figured that dude out.
I
Man.
mean, he had long enough stretch up here where they saw him
Oh, yeah.
more than once or twice. So I don't know. I mean,
I wish he does. I wish I'm
He
wrong.
started, and he's not that good in the field at all, obviously.
But his bat was
I don't
impeccable.
You don't have to be a great fielder. If you can hit a lot of
doubt.
home runs, you're going to play in today's game. That's how it is.
Soto's a miserable fielder. He's an awful fielder. Awful. They pan to him sometimes, and it looks like he's just picking his nose and looking up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like flirting with girls in right field.
Daisies out there. But to me, are you gonna have a light hitting center fielder with if they use McNeil out there, it does help the offense,
Right.
and it doesn't really kill them in defense.
Well, they're going to have to do it periodically. So McNeil will be out there, and then defensive purposely, if it's late in the innings and we're down or whatever, yank him and you bring Taylor in.
Yeah, because he's obviously with the glove, he's fantastic.
He's superior center field.
Yeah, he's great, but I mean, it's you can't have too many spots in the lineup that just get no offensive production.
1 through 4, we are probably one
very
of the
good. Yeah, really
incredible. After that, we have issues.
Yeah, Lonzo's having a nice season. He's
Yeah.
hitting the ball. He's hitting the home runs. He's getting the production. His play at first base has been okay.
Yeah.
He's had some weird plays, but he's also made some nice scoops. He looks like he's better out there than he was a few years ago.
100. He's worked very hard.
He has,
defensively.
and the Senga toss aside, that was the glaring, bad play.
But Senga's back now.
Yeah, so
he didn't tear an Achilles like
Canning.
Canning.
Yeah, that was.
You saw it pop.
You saw the leg pop.
He knows it.
The calf rolling up like a
lampshade.
A window shade there, right?
Yeah.
So I look at the Mets as they need to get arms in this
ultimate goal
between now and the trading deadline.
It would be Mitch Keller, right?
If they get a Mitch Keller and they got healthy pitchers like the 2 guys that came back this week, I think they will win the division.
That's one. Think of
so big.
1 through 5. So then what would the starting order be? So who would be the ace? You gonna go with Manaea?
I don't know. It depends. I think Manaea and Senga are both.
Well, Peterson is number 1, right? Would you keep Peterson as the number 1 ace?
I mean, it's not
gonna matter.
Not a big. It used to be more of a bigger deal in the old days.
Yeah.
It's not more like where it only really matters if you're setting up a playoff.
You're right.
Matchup and
Right.
you're already clinched, and then you want to make sure you got Garrett Cole for the Yanks who wants to start game 1 of the division series.
Right.
I don't think it really matters as much for the Mets right now.
Right.
They don't have a solid number 1. Keller is still not he's not Skeens.
No.
He's not Garrett Cole. I'm hoping he can be as good as Senga. I'm thinking he's in that Senga kind of.
I like, if I was gonna make the starting 5 rotation, I like Peterson at number 1 because he's
hot this year.
Right.
You stick with the hot hand.
I like Peterson. I would go Manaea, no doubt, 2, right?
Yeah.
I would go Senga, right? And then, listen, you got...
Clay Holmes has pitched well.
If we get Keller, I would throw Keller. He's a righty.
Yes.
So I would get Keller, and then I would throw Holmes in there.
Again, you got 2 lefties, 3 righties. That's a great breakdown.
Yeah.
Most teams have 1 lefty.
I love 2 to 3 lefties.
Oh, yeah,
in the starting rotation.
Yeah, so the Mets are actually a little better than other teams.
I'm thinking who can go the deepest. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
and Keller, I mean, no, because the team is very weak.
Peterson goes deep.
Peterson has gone deep.
In fact,
complete game is almost as rare as a no-hitter.
And those are he takes him out early. Don't get me started because that aggravates me. And then he has Stanek. He puts Stanek in, and don't put him in big spots anymore. Like until he can earn it, do not put him in big spots because he's gonna blow it.
Brazaban's been okay this year
too.
But he
stinks.
The middle relief in today's game is not a very. You can't spend money on middle relief. So you got to just get.
You can spend money on an 8th inning guy though. An 8th inning. Look, Diaz is Diaz.
Yeah, usually when you bring in a second closer, you make him the 8th inning guy.
Correct.
If you already have established closer.
Correct.
Kind of like.
But Stanek should be that guy because he throws gas. but he stinks.
But he never was a closer, really.
No.
He was. It's almost as if in the playoffs, if Holmes is the eighth inning
I would
guy.
do that.
I'm just.
Or McGill.
McGill's had his ups and downs, and
Don't forget what Peterson did. And Peterson was out of the bullpen, and so was McGill for the playoffs. And
Yeah.
he saved us.
Yeah.
He saved us.
Oh, and another name that might be on the block would be Seth Lugo. I would love to bring him back.
I like Lugo.
I would
He was the
love
guy.
to bring him
He's so sour at the Mets, though.
He is
so
because they didn't
sour.
want him to start.
Right? And look what he did. Look what
He's
did.
had 2 really good years.
Good years. But again, they're going to get him. He's going to in the bullpen.
Yeah.
All right, we got you now.
But I'm
Mop up the eighth.
keep your eye on the LA Angels and the Nowhere Man's Athletics as far as letting some good young pitching
And the
go.
Pirates.
And the Pirates. So that's if I'm the Mets, those are the 3 teams I call. That's going to do it for us this week on Muscle Sport Media Live, WGBB Radio. For Anthony, Trevor, I am Joe. We're out.
Noah, I have a job for you.
Jeez, it's not another arc, is it?
No, not again. This time I need a full-scale home renovation.
Noah Construction and Builders is your design and build partner. We do it all, from additions and dormers to full-scale renovations. Schedule your no-cost design consultation today. Visit us online at noahconstruction-builders.com.
Noah Construction and Builders, through dreams we design, with vision we build.